Mobile RV repair. What we got in the shop this week is finishing up that slide out floor. Then we are out of town for a few days to a vendor show to get some parts and accessories for this year. And then we're coming back finishing up that slide out floor, hopefully see what else we can get into. So let's see what we got. Let's get started. Alright, in last week's video we showed you a floor, slide out floor that had some damage that we had seen. Went and explored that a little bit more to get the floor out, and here we are on this. So as you can see, the floor, it is out. Now, looks a little bit funny, but we try to save as much as we can for our customers from pulling slide outs if we don't have to, save a little bit of labor costs as well. So we actually do a little bit of a stilt system. So slide out box is still in here, floor is gone. And we have found that the slide out floor is indeed rotted. As you can see from last week, it was pretty squishy on the bottom. This is the floor itself that got pulled out of here. So you can see along the exterior edges where all the rot is coming from here. Now, that was shown to be coming in from the side channels on the side of the slide out, coming down and in and rotting that floor. So we found that from the factory there was not much sealant that was cap sealed on the top, and there was not very much sealant that was along the bottom side as far as a butyl seal goes. So we are going to get the slide floor starting to get rebuilt and get this back into here. We'll show you along the way. Alright, the boys have been working on the new slide floor. Now, these we order as a universal piece that comes in extra long. We kind of cut them down to size, and the reason being is these things span normally longer than what you can get in sheets. So these actually come to us in 15-foot sheets, and they're already tapered down in the fronts right here. So the guys have actually got the bottom Darko cloth adhered to this. We're going to finish epoxying our edges and all of our tops in here about 1 inch to 2 inches in. And what that does is kind of make an extra moisture barrier on the chipboard so that you don't have what we had going on the original board. So again, we get this sealed up and in, start wrapping the Darko paper around, getting that adhered down, getting the carpet and everything else put back in. We do some exploratory on the inside walls for this and take a peek what the damage is from the leaking onto the original slide out floor. Alright, so back on this floor job here for the slide out. The interior wall panels are taken out, windows have been taken out on both sides of this unit. Now, the reason that we're doing this is A, we wanted to see that we didn't have any window leakage, which we didn't, and we knew from the Seal Tech testing that we had leakage at the bottom. Obviously, the slide out floor was rotted. So down on the bottom sides of here, you can see all the water staining all the way across each side. Underneath here is very, very soft. It's been drying out for a bit, but it is soft and punky from dry rot basically at this point. So what we're going to do is restructure these walls, add structure into them, so that when we put the slide out floor back on, this is actually going to give us something to suck up and into and make this slide out more rigid than what we have here. So we'll box frame everything in on both sides. This side not as bad, but the dry rot on the bottom side is pretty bad. So luckily no leakage from the tops. As you can see, everything's nice and dry. It's a good sign. It means we don't have any roof leaks, we don't have any soft roof in the slide out, just leaking from the bottom corner channels. Also with this, we're going to install some slide rollers in here. So these are wear bars underneath these units. We like to see slide rollers underneath here, distributes the weight across. It gives a nice surface to slide across going in and out. Doesn't cost so much binding on the bottom of the slide out floor and jerking in and out as the slide out goes. So we'll install some aftermarket rollers inside of here for the slide out, so the customer will have less wear on the floor going in and out. As long as routine maintenance is kept up on slide seals, should have no further problems. Alright, we got our floor all prepped up for the slide out room job here. Now, we do a few things a little bit different than factory does. So we still have the same old black Darko on the bottom. It's actually adhered to the bottom, unlike the factory did, where it just placed it onto there. This floor here has been sealed on the edges, on the bottom side, with an epoxy. And that's going to create a barrier that doesn't allow any leaking into the wood and continue further rot if like the other one had done. We also flashed the inside as well. We wrapped the Darko over the edges. We put a flashing, which actually has a basically a butyl substance on the bottom side of it, and that creates a water barrier as well. So any screws from the side that are going to go in, or the front where you have your channel to put your metal on the bottom, usually gets stapled and goes through this wood here. So that's going to create a barrier, almost like a butyl does, and create a seal all the way around. So watertight is key with these. Obviously, if you have a slide out, at some point it's going to leak. This kind of basically fixes that issue. So slide 4 is getting ready to get put back in just a bit. Alright, slide out floor is back into the toy hauler. The interior walls have been braced up. All in here. Add double bracing along the sides. Double bracing here so the floor has structure to go up and screw into to hold on. So everything is all set into here. Got to get the interior the interior wall panels back on, trimmed in, looking good. Put the windows back in, and then do some of the body sealant that the Seal Tech showed us needed to be done. So coming along on the slide out floor. It's all about trimming it in, making it look good at this point. Alright, that's a wrap this week. 518 Mobile RV Repair. Kind of a short week for us with the show. We'll be back at it next week, finish up this slide out floor. We've got a Class A bus to take a peek at next week, do some diagnostic on, and get to some hydraulic lines on a Jayco Precept unit. So we'll catch you next week. Have a safe weekend. Happy camping.